this is Ryan Selby again, and today I'm going to talk about something that I get a lot of feedback from customers saying the most difficult part of the Flexitrunk is how to install the prong onto the Flexitrunk itself and to choose the correct prong size. So we're going to go over that specifically today. So first things first, you'll see I have my baby here. The bonnet is already on. I have a couple of prongs, and then I have the Flexitrunk nasal tubing right here. So first things first, go ahead and open up the Flexitrunk nasal tubing, and what you will find is you will find the nasal tubing itself with some adapters that allow you to use it, all the other circuits that are on the market. And then you're going to have this ruler. This ruler is extremely useful, though I do find that not a lot of people use it. This will help you choose at least not only the right prong size, but at least get you in the right ballpark. So if you ever had to adjust up or down, you don't have to go that much further up and down if you're having any kind of fit issues with the prongs. So if you look, the ruler has 11 pairs of dots. Those represent the 11 prong sizes that are offered by Fisher and Paykel. What you want to do with those dots is you want to visually occlude the nares with the dots. You want to go as large as you possibly can go without stretching the skin. So the way I like to do it is once you've chosen, go ahead and fit to it. You'll notice there's a part number that's below the dots. And I'm looking at 50-40. I'm holding the dots up to the baby's nose, and I see a full occlusion of the nares, about 100% occlusion of that. I'm going to go one size smaller to the 45-40, and when I look, I see space between the sides of the dot and the size of the nair. So I know that is too small, and then I'm going to go one size larger just to make sure, and yep, that's too big for the baby's nose. So I like the 50-40, which I have right here with me. You'll see the part number is written right on the package, and we'll go ahead and break open the prongs. Now, getting the prongs onto the interface is a little bit challenging. What you'll notice here is that there is in the center of this a trapezoidal shaped kind of silicone rubber plug, and then it is surrounded by this kind of Tupperware lid, and the trapezoidal shape of that plug fits within the trapezoidal shape of the Flexitrunk itself. You'll notice that there's basically edging on the Flexitrunk that's going to fit into that channel. When this goes on, you want the prongs to scoot back kind of like snake fangs. So if it looks like this, or the way a cannula typically looks, let me hold that properly, that's wrong. We want it to look like this. But since there are two trapezoids fitting into each other, there's really technically only one way to put this on. So the way to do this is you want the numbering, and there's numbering right here, to face the ceiling, and the top of the interface is also facing the ceiling. And you'll notice that I am holding the prongs only between my thumb and my index finger, and that's very important. Pretend like these other 3 fingers don't exist. And the way you're going to put this on is you're going to apply it by applying with your index finger first. So I want to get this edging of this Flexitrunk into that bottom channel, and you'll see it kind of just slides right in, and make sure you push it all the way in. Now this is critical. Notice I don't adjust with these 3 fingers or ever get them involved. And now I'm going to pinch with my thumb towards my index finger and slide it on. If you ever find yourself readjusting or starting to do these maneuvers, it's going to be very difficult to get on because that kind of plug that's in the center now catches the outer edge. So always make sure you pull back with your thumb, pinch, and then roll it on like so. Now, again, these foam strips, as we stated in my other videos, the baby does not have a coned head, so I take one of the foam strips off, and we're starting with the prongs, so we're going to take the other foam strips off, and we're going to keep those for later. Now, when you apply the prongs into the nose, if you find that it is a little bit snug getting it into the baby's nose, you probably chose the correct prong size. How you know if it's too large is if the baby's skin blanches and stays blanched for longer than about 10 seconds, then it is too tight. But if it goes back to its natural skin color, then that's a perfect fit. Use a little bit of saline, a little bit of sterile water to get in there, get in the habit of doing that. It'll save you a lot of heartache. So if you have a secondary person with you, they can hold this in place. We can apply this on, and then I'm going to bring this back around like so. Again, we have these back-to-back D-rings. Connect it into the blue glide bar that's in the center. Now again, When we center this, remember you want that blue glide bar to be centered like so, right in the middle, and these straps need to come down to the jawline, take the slack out, and when you have an exact fit, the prong should be sticking out about 2 millimeters. If it is too small and you find that these start to ride in like this and go all the way into the baby's nose, then don't be afraid to go the next prong size. Prongs, or the nares or nostrils of a baby, will stretch. It's heat, water, and pressure, and the skin's relatively malleable. So if a baby's been on prongs for a little while, don't be surprised if the prongs or if the skin stretches as much as going 1 to 2 sizes larger. Don't be afraid to go to those next 2 sizes if that is the case. Anyway, that is how to install the prongs onto the Flexitrunk, and thanks for watching.